All right, welcome to the Clowntown Update, you guys.
What's
I got the
up?
wonderful Scott. I'm
Hello.
the lovely Ed, and Megan had to ditch out a little early tonight, so we're sorry you're not here, Megan. You're with us in spirit for sure.
Absolutely, Megan. No, she did great tonight. We had a
Yeah.
great interview. God, you guys, we got some awesome stuff in the bank for you, and we got some awesome stuff for you next week. If you guys haven't heard, we're doing the 1 year Truthzilla anniversary Truthathon extravaganza. We invited all of our guests from the last year, and
it's going to be Union of the Unwanted,
basically going to
Truthzilla style.
Yeah, Truthzilla style, baby. It's going to be great. We got a bunch of RSVPs, so that is going to be premiering. And I know I put a promo up on Instagram, and I put the damn wrong. I put Wednesday, June 8th, which doesn't exist. It's Wednesday, June 9th. Wednesday, June 9th. Okay, Wednesday, June 9th at 5:30 p.m. Pacific, 8:30 Eastern. Live streaming on YouTube. Again, I know YouTube. I'm sorry. I'm still trying to figure out the live streaming stuff. We've lost 2 episodes now because I don't know how to live stream properly, or we've had technical issues. So we're just going to do the easy way. And actually, we're trying new technology tonight. So I hope it works. So far, we're running really smooth. So we'll see. But anyway. So, but here's another cool thing. So you guys out there listening, this is maybe new to you, this whole Clowntown thing, because normally this is premium Truthzilla content, right? But we decided tonight, also because we're running a little behind. We got a whole bunch of episodes in the bank, but they're not quite edited, ready to go yet. So we're just going to put this one out there as, free for everybody. But we're going to do it in the Clowntown premium Truthzilla style. So you guys get to see what you're missing if you're not over on rockfin.com/Truthzilla, getting in on the premium action. So if you guys, Rockfin's been great, man. I heard the Union of the Unwanted just got their channel put up on Rockfin. So they have a Union of the Unwanted Rockfin channel. So please go listen and support them over there. Get them some clicks, get them some crypto. Like, we wouldn't be anywhere if it wasn't for Ricky and Charlie and Sam and Mike over at the Union of the Unwanted, dude.
Definitely.
So, a lot of love and respect.
So tonight we're going to start off with hitting some COVID hard. We're going to wrap around and get some Epstein shit that's coming out and end up with a little bit of some hope in some critical race theory.
Yeah.
Right.
Hope and critical race theory. So
hope and well,
So
let's start. Let's get what's the COVID world.
We're just gonna blow the lid right off of everything right here. So you guys may have heard of Nobel Laureate Luc Montagnier. Has confirmed that there is no chance of survival. If you've had the COVID vaccine, you have about 2 years left, right?
Yeah.
And so there's videos circulating, and then there's all this stuff. Now, I figured just to make it just super extra, this popped up across the news desk. I know if you guys that are watching on video, this is a 4chan post, so take it what it's worth. But it says Nobel Prize winner. Well, see, now we have just from the 2 winner and laureate. I don't know. I thought laureate was like, maybe laureate does mean winner. Maybe I'm wrong. I thought that meant like nominee or something like that. Maybe I'm wrong. I guess laureate, we'll have to look into that. Anyway, whatever. Has confirmed that there is no chance of survival for people who have received any form of the vaccine. In the shocking interview, the world's top virologist stated blankly, there is no hope. There's no possible treatment for those who have been vaccinated already. We must prepare to incinerate the bodies. The scientific genius backed claims of other preeminent virologists after studying the constituents of the vaccine. They will all die from antibody-dependent enhancement. Nothing more can be said.
I mean, we've been preaching ADE for this whole time. ADE, or pathogenic priming, as Dr. Jack calls it. I mean, I think we're already seeing it some, but I think it's really going to start. I mean, from what I'm hearing from people, like it will really start seeing a lot more reactions as probably when the virus comes back in the fall, right? Because I mean, that's what happened with all the
the ferrets
that they did in the 17 years of trials for the first SARS-CoV-1, when they were re-exposed to the virus, because I mean they get the binding antibodies as opposed to the neutralizing antibodies. So the binding antibodies just grab onto the virus and just wreak havoc on the body, and they have a cytokine storm, and body bye. So anyway, it's just crazy, man. So there you go. Point blank. There's no hope. I at the same time, I don't know. I mean, obviously I'm not a virologist, but I mean, that's pretty high level person to say this. And he's not the first to say it though.
Yeah.
I probably the first to put a number on it. Like that everybody's going to die in 2 years. I mean, I really hope he's wrong. I mean, we're going to all lose a lot of loved ones if that's true. Yeah. I mean, we'll prove the Deagle numbers, right? That's for sure.
Yep. And well, it kind of plays into the whole SPARS
Yeah, totally.
2025, 2028. I mean, like we're seeing that play out continuously. Like now we're up to the part where they're burning the health officials, right?
Yeah, I mean, I really think like that's what's happening with Fauci and these emails. Yep. When these emails happen with Fauci, I don't go like, ooh, like we're really getting it. Yeah, it's like, why is this getting released by the Washington Post?
Yeah,
like why is this getting released right now? And to me, it's just it's totally related to that spark.
Yep,
scenario,
dude.
I mean,
it's
we'll see, but I mean, Bill Gates is kind of going down right now. There, I mean, we'll see more about that, right? But and now Fauci, I think for them to save face at the media level, they need to throw some people under the bus. Because I think like once more people start dying, I think it will become become too much for them to hide at that point. So they'll need to throw people under the bus, and that's exactly what happened in the SPAR scenario.
Pretty much. So yeah, I don't know, and we'll see. So what did it say? 6 to 9 months or something like that?
Yeah, I think it was about the fall. I think it was 6 to 9 months, but I really think it has to do with as much with when the virus is actually here. I don't think there's really much virus going around right now, right? Like
no.
It's the fall when the weather changes,
quote unquote virus.
Yeah, we'll see. I still question all that too. I mean, I like your Dr. Andrew Kaufman's and your Dr. Thomas Cowan's, like they bring some real good points about like how just germ theory is just garbage, right? And just the virus is like that's not how it works, and it's just like deterioration, right? And there's other causes, right?
Absolutely.
And I would love to have one of them on the show someday and really get to have them really dig deep down into it. I've heard them on other shows and they do a really good job. But
absolutely. All righty. So what do we got next here? So moving right along. Oh, we got that one. All right. So I know Ed, you've got some punks or friends in the punk scene, right?
Oh my God, this is as unpunk rock as you could possibly be.
What's the headline, Ed?
U.S. promoter is charging unvaccinated fans $1,000 for ticket to upcoming punk show, while those who have been fully vaccinated can get tickets for $18. I mean, there's,
in Florida.
Totally.
Wow.
I mean, I don't like wish all this death on people that we just talked about last. Like, I don't want the I told you so, except for to this fucking asshole.
Yeah.
I want the I told you so to this asshole right here.
Who is this guy? Florida people, can you guys let's see. His name is Paul Williams of Leadfoot Productions. We're not doxing him. This is in the article. Yeah. And they're doing a gig at VFW, like a Veteran of Foreign Wars post. So like a VFW, veterans post in Florida. You guys are okay with this? I mean,
I feel like
on June 26th. Are you guys okay with this?
We just saw Glenn Dadden came out and said like punk rock doesn't even really exist in this climate that we're in right now, which is kind of true. Right?
And they were trying to cancel him for that.
Yeah, totally. Immediately they're trying to cancel him. So.
Look at that. So you guys, I don't know, Florida, if you're down in that area, just let them know what you think peacefully and look at that clickbait shit. Jesus. Okay, here we go. Moving right along. So shout out to Colleen, one of the OG listeners, dude, freaking awesome. Always sending us intel and perspective from the East Coast. She's been talking a lot about the cicada plague that's happening over there. So it's like, it's biblical
though,
this
right?
shit. Yeah. She's like, but this is like some still, it just is perfectly fitting how biblical everything is. You know what I mean? Her perspective. It's hilarious. So she sent me this. Now this is just, this is the mayor of Baltimore. And I was like, at first I was kind of like that's the mayor of Baltimore. Not for any other reason other than like, how like certain presidents aren't really presidential, right? And it makes you go like, oh, okay, like this guy is president, maybe. And I'm talking about like the Bushes, I'm talking about like, unconventional people in office, right? I'm like, this guy's he's not very mayoral. In Baltimore, we've all seen The Wire, right? Anyway, let's roll tape.
All right, it's time for our most DC thing. Is this DC? Smiling from
this is something I don't know. Anyway, so there's the actual clip.
Pull your mask up, man. Pull your mask up. We are heading into the 4th week of these mandates, and I recognize that Friday will hold on one second, Shorty. Come on, man. Look, people dying, Shorty. I don't have no problem with that, but people need to hear this information because they dying.
How old is he, Scott?
That's right.
Shorty, pull your mask up.
I mean, how old is this guy?
I don't know. I don't know. This is apparently Mayor Brandon M. Scott. I don't know. Looks like he's maybe like in his early 30s, maybe.
I was thinking 20s.
20s. I don't know. I'd be curious to know his rise to power.
It's hard to tell with the mask. Is that a double mask?
Definite double mask, dude. He's a definite
mask.
double mask. Like he's a plant, dude. Like this is crazy because like, man, like, well, you know what, I'm not criticizing anything for anything. I'm just saying like, not very mayoral. And then we all saw The Wire, right? Like it's all about like corruption at the highest levels. Like how corrupt is this motherfucker, dude? I don't know, dude. I don't know. Or maybe he's squeaky clean. I don't know. It just seems. I'm
just fascinated by how young he is. And it's
good for him though. Hey, shit, maybe it's all up and up, man. But the double mask really gives it away. The double mask, definitely. That's it.
If he didn't, calling out people in the crowd
And my understanding is I kind of looked into this a little bit further, and I guess Shorty is like a person that he knows, and was referring to that person that he knew as Shorty. He wasn't just calling some person, hey, Shorty, like some, Anyway,
sure.
So that's kind of the story behind that. But I was like, interesting. Good little New World Order stooge with his double mask. That gives it away. That to me, that's the I don't judge a person by the color of their skin, but by how many masks they wear. That is it. That is the new standard.
Yeah.
Yes, I do not judge a person by the color of their skin, but by the amount of masks on their face. There you go.
Okay.
So speaking of masks on your face, let's move right along to we're just gonna touch on this really briefly here, right? So this is one of the emails from the Anthony Fauci email dump, right? And this is the one that kind of, here we go, February 5th, 2020. And this is, at the same time, he was going on 60 Minutes saying this exact same thing, but basically...
This was not new information. We played the clip of him saying the exact same thing as this.
Not new information, but here it is again. Masks are really for infected people to prevent them from spreading infection to people who are not infected, rather than protecting uninfected people from acquiring infection. Blah, blah, blah. I do not recommend that you wear a mask, particularly since you are going to a very low risk location. Your instincts are correct. Money is best spent on medical countermeasures such as diagnostics and vaccines. Okay, so he had his marching orders from day one.
But I do think though, like you can't emphasize this enough though, that like when he was questioned on why he said these things, on the 60 Minutes interview, his argument was that, well, there was a shortage of masks at that time.
Yeah.
So I was trying to protect, the frontline workers that needed these masks separately. But like at the same time, and Ricky always points this out, like, well, if you were really worried about people dying from this disease, why don't you tell them put a handkerchief on?
Yeah.
Put a freaking tie a shirt around your face that everybody's doing now anyways, right? Like it's there, you can't really back that argument up. It doesn't work. So it's
totally.
But I think the other emails that have been uncovered so far were much more telling, especially the one where they told you just specifically how the COVID-19 was made.
Yeah. That's let's see. Oh, we do have that one here. Let's see. I didn't have that pulled up here. Let's pull that up right here. So right here. So this is from Adam Gartner, Gaertner, and I wrote down which email it was. So you guys, if you want, I'm gonna try to remember to put a link to the actual download so you can get all of these. It's like 3,200 emails. Anyway, this is like in the 2,000 range, and this just seems like kind of a honeypot too.
Yeah, totally.
Subject: coronavirus bioweapon production method. Oh, hello, Anthony. This is how the virus was created.
Yeah, it does seem.
What's the first ingredient, Ed?
Let's see. HIV. Yeah.
An ACE2 receptor, right? We hear a lot of talk about that.
Yep. Certainly. I think you said it though. It does seem very like it's like a honeypot. And I said this from the get-go. Like the Washington Post leaked these, and it seems like it's on purpose.
Yeah.
And there's an agenda behind it.
Absolutely.
And, even if he goes down, he won't go down the way he should.
Totally.
He'll be thrown under the bus so other people can save face, but he's not going to like go to prison or jail or anything.
Yeah, no way. And then when are these people going to let it go? I don't know. You think they ever will?
Well, and there's people that are like adamantly defending him after these leaks too.
Yep, it's so funny. Like I got into a conversation too with somebody today, and they're like, "Oh, did you see the emails?" I'm like, "Yeah, did you?" Of course, someone of the other persuasion, and he's like, "Well, I don't think there was anything too big in there." I'm like, "Well, of course, that's what MSNBC is telling you." He didn't have anything to say about that. Totally. I got all kinds of shit, dude. Anyway, so yeah, good.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see. So, So that kind of leads into the next, so the narrative, right? So let's shift the narrative. This is China threatens nuclear war, expanding arsenal in case of intense showdown with U.S. So now we're back to Cold War. Now we're back to imminent nuclear threat from China, all because of this COVID shit. So it's like, this is
what is their argument though? Are they getting upset that we're finding out that it was made in the Wuhan lab,
or I mean,
it's coming out,
or even that? I mean, I don't know. Like that's all bullshit too, right? It's all bullshit.
Well, I mean, I think it was made in that lab.
Okay.
I think that's I don't think China's like the only one to blame. I think the US is just as much to blame. I'm not saying like I think there's a lot of evidence to show that they started doing that research in, what was it, North Carolina here?
Chapel Hill, yep.
And then they moved it over to Wuhan when they changed the laws. So so I think I don't think we're squeaky clean, but I think at this point, again, I think it's all a game of let's throw them under the bus at this point, right?
Totally.
Because it's coming out, right?
Yeah. I think that, again, there's a power struggle at the very top. It's all coming apart, and they're just trying to, I don't know, man. Watch like another thing too. Like now that I'm getting into like, the markets, like Bitcoin, stuff like that, I'm learning stuff about like longing and shorting stocks and shorting trades, stuff like that. Like there could be, because there's some way we could like monitor the stock market or whatever for like short selling. We know that happened a lot going before 9/11. Like a lot of these industries, like the airline industry, there was a lot of companies that shorted those stocks immediately prior to 9/11, knowing that there's something major was going to happen. So can we use the market as any sort of indicator, like where hedges are being placed, any sort of like short stocks in massive amounts that could give us any indication that something's coming? I don't know. So anyway.
All I know is about the AMC thing.
Just AMC a little bit and Cummies, right? Okay, that's all. I'm sorry. We're not gonna go the whole thing. Sorry. Okay, moving on. Speaking of Cummies, actually, that was a great transition. That was great. Oh, God. Dalton school parents enraged over masturbation videos for first graders.
Well, you think?
Last fall, parents at the posh $55,000 a year Dalton school got wind of their first graders being taught sex education lessons that included masturbation. What?
Oh my God.
They complained to school administrators, but they were told they simply misinterpreted what Dalton's now notorious health and wellness educator Justine Angfonte, who last month held a controversial and explicit porn literacy workshop at another elite prep school, was teaching. But after the New York Post expose last week on the porn class, Dalton parents bombarded the school with more complaints about Fonte's curriculum, sources told the Post. The Post viewed video of a cartoon Fonte used in one of her sex ed classes for a 6-year-old, showing little kids talking about touching themselves for pleasure.
How does this person get to another school and do this again? Like she outraged the parents at one school and they canceled her. Yeah. And she just moves to a different school where there's, I don't know. Well, I mean, this person should not be allowed to teach children.
Totally not. So now what she's going to do, go on from here, if she's like anything like her predecessors, she's going to get involved with Mossad and the CIA, and she's going to start a massive blackmail operation where she's, like, who else came from the Dalton school? Kids, you all know this. A young Jeffrey Epstein made an impression on his high school students. So if you guys aren't familiar with the background story of another Dalton school veteran, most former Dalton students agree on at least one thing: Jeffrey Epstein was charismatic. So, if you guys don't know the story, I don't know if it gets really much into it here, but Jeffrey Epstein, high school, college dropout, all of a sudden became a math teacher, I think it was, at the Dalton school. How does that work? Okay, so he was already being groomed for whatever position he was going to be taking up.
They got good plans for kids at the Dalton school.
Yep. So they're just in the business of grooming children, dude. It's insane. So anyway, just crazy. Just I saw that Dalton school weird, creepy sex stuff with kids.
We've touched on her already. She's popping up again, and this is gross, man. I want her gone. I immediately went to the Dalton school, Jeffrey Epstein. Interesting. So if you got kids at the Dalton school, it might be time to get them out. I don't know, maybe, perhaps. If you got your kids in any school, it might be time to get them out. Maybe. Okay, there could be maybe one teacher that might even give Jeffrey Epstein a run for his money, right? Exactly. I'm sure there are. I think maybe this next article might. Oh yes. So speaking of creepy teachers, Hunter Biden, the professor. This is according to dailymail.co.uk. Hunter Biden, the professor, president's son, will teach guest
will guest teach a class on fake news at Tulane University this fall for students
God.
interested in media polarization.
That is just like the full-on inversion. Full-on inversion.
Clown down, baby.
It doesn't get any worse than that. Like Hunter Biden telling us about fake news. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Like, yeah, just don't. And who wants their kids to be around Hunter Biden in the first place?
Yeah, dude, exactly.
Like, this is Chimo number one, man.
Yep.
Come on, get him out of here.
Yep. The course titled Media Polarization and Public Policy Impacts will include several guest speakers throughout its 10 weeks, including the president's son. The course description, according to a copy of the syllabus obtained by dailymail.com, says America's rapidly advancing partisan divide is fueled substantially by the growing political polarization, increasingly evident in our news media.
So, well, I don't think that the news media is going to expose.
Oh, look at that. You've got a picture of him smoking a crack pipe. All right. That's good. Okay. Good on you. Daily Mail. I thought Daily Mail was just complete garbage, but they got him passed out in a bed with a crack pipe. So, okay. That's good.
Yeah.
I got to give him points for that. Holy crap. Hunter, 51, is a Yale educated lawyer and has never in any capacity worked as a journalist, reporter, or in the media world. So Yale, I didn't know that. Is he a bonesman? I don't know. If he's not, he's probably trying to make up for the fact that he isn't a bonesman. Interesting. Very interesting. I did not know that. Oh, here's some other speakers. Look at this. Okay, great. We got Hunter Biden, Dr. Deborah Birx, White House coronavirus response coordinator under President Donald Trump, Juan Williams, Fox News analyst, I don't know, Susan Glasser from the New Yorker, Margaret Sullivan, Washington Post, Margaret Brennan, Face the Nation, Brett Stevens from the New York Times, and Dr. Michael Fontroy, professor of political science at Howard University. Odd,
like this article, they point out like what they're doing here is to expose the fake news, but they're using the news outlets to expose it. That doesn't.
Yeah.
How are the people that are perpetrating the fake news going to expose the fake news?
Yeah.
Like, it's not going to happen. It's all just propaganda is what it is. Why don't they just call this class propaganda?
Yeah.
Just so you at least know what you're getting.
Propaganda 101 from the freaking experts.
Yeah.
Yep.
Exactly.
Experts in the fall people. All right, cool. All right. And to wrap it up here on the Clown Town News Update, once again, you guys can catch these every week that we don't have technology problems on our premium channel over on rockfin.com or over on Patreon. You get the audio version. So Patreon audio version, Rockfin, you'll get the premium one. So we've been doing this for a while. So if you've been missing out on the Clown Town, if you didn't even know that we did a Clown Town premium, then go check it out, dude. Rockfin and Patreon, baby. So, because we get down, dude, there's been some good ones, and there's been some ones where it's like, God, I can't say that. You can't say these things, man. But we go a little bit harder than we do on YouTube. Like this one, it was all right. But generally, we go a little bit harder in the paint on these Clown Towns whenever possible. It's pretty good though.
Down our episodes.
No, not down. I mean, in a good way. If you guys want like the real raw, dirty stuff, like I know you all do. Come over to Clown Town Update, everybody. So there you go. Let's end it on a positive note this time, everybody. So this is a viral video. Father destroys critical race theory in a heartwarming video with his daughter.
Daddy teaches you can be anything in this world that you want to be, right? Don't Daddy teach you that?
Yeah, and it doesn't matter if you're black or white or any color.
Doesn't matter if you're black, white, brown, yellow. Right?
Black.
And how we treat people is based on who they are and not what color they are.
And if they're nice and smart.
See, this is how children think right here. Critical race theory wants to end that. Not with my children. It's not gonna happen. My baby's gonna know that no matter what she wants to be in life, all she has to do is work hard, and she can become that.
Work hard, even though you don't know anyone. You can make friends.
Yeah, you can make friends, no matter what color they are. So we need to stop CRT, period, point blank. Children do not see skin color, man. They love everybody. If they're good people, they love them.
We pray for people that are hurt.
There you go. So, I mean, that's a great message.
Yeah, just a great message. Love it, man, for sure. Well, thank you guys so much for.
I was going to say too, like, I was just going to say, like, I was listening to some other critical race theory stuff earlier yesterday, and like part of it is like, what it teaches is it teaches children that there are two different types of people, that there are oppressors and there are oppressed.
Yes.
Okay. Now, could you imagine telling a little child, like, you are oppressed? They'll be like, what do you mean? And just indoctrinating that from a young age that you are oppressed. How vile is that? Like the kid's going to grow because kids don't know. They trust us to trust the parents to teach them. Yeah. And to just tell their kid from a very young age that you are oppressed and you will never make it in life. You will never amount to anything. You will never be like, that's so damaging. That's so awful. Like, how is that not racist? How is that not debilitating? How is that not what is setting them up for utter failure and dependent on the system? I mean, so it's obviously agenda. It's so obviously agenda, you know, to create enemies out of people just based on the color of their skin. What are we doing, people? What are we doing? You know, I mean, we can, how about we do CMT? Okay. Critical mask theory. Okay. You can teach your kids, you can, that's the name of the episode. That's what you can do. Okay. You can teach your kids, honey, there are those that wear no masks and there are those that wear 3 masks. Those that wear 3 masks, you need to stay as far away from as possible. So critical mask theory. There you go. That's the new one, baby. I'm down with that.
I love that for sure.
Okay. Anyway.
All right. Well, again, thank you guys for sticking with us, and please join Rockfin or catch our Patreon. But this is an every week deal, and we're going to actually expand this and make it better. Yeah. We have big plans for Clown.
We got big plans, baby. We got big plans. All kinds of good stuff coming up, dude. Like, oh boy.
Sure.
Interviews.
Great. Next week is going to be amazing.
Next week's going to be great. 1 year, maybe. God, like 1 year ago today, like we were still like, man, what do we do? I don't even know. So it's pretty exciting. Make sure you go to truthzilla.org/donate to find any value out of the show, you know, ways for you to give back. And yeah, you guys are awesome. Oh, check out Cody Crystals, our buddy Cody Crystals, Cody's_crystals on Instagram. He's got all kinds of cool stuff. Good friend of the show. Go check him out.
Yeah.